I knew what I was stepping into, and we're trying to win the championship. I felt it from second one. We just had our first meeting, and that was a big emphasis. I know what I can bring is shooting, scoring, and, toughness. And Pop was big on professionalism, which I feel like is the same thing here. He wanted good guys and guys that did their jobs. Both San Antonio and the Bucks both have a really winning culture. There's not a huge difference in any of the concepts or the ideas or what they want to do. It's been an easy transition for me, and I feel like I fit right in, so it's going to be fun.
Zora Stevenson, Bucks.com.
Hey, Bryn, first time we're getting to talk to you. I'd just like to know, what did it feel like for you to get back on the court in an organized way in your new city with a group?
Man, it felt good. Honestly, I hadn't played organized basketball in probably about half a year, so, to be out there with those guys, it felt good today. It felt refreshing.
I know it's early, but and I'm talking about the Coach Pop, Coach Bud connection here. Have you noticed any similarities in the culture so far?
Oh man, yeah, it's very similar. Actually, the practice plans are even pretty similar. So, no, it's been an easy transition for me, and I feel like I fit right in. So, it hasn't been tough.
Eric Name, The Athletic.
Hey, what's up, Bryn? Welcome to Milwaukee. I'm curious for you, what was your thought process in selecting Milwaukee? Obviously, you were a free agent. You got to kind of be a part of that decision. What was it that appealed to you about the Bucks?
Similarities, really, to San Antonio and, the winning culture they have here. I thought it would be an easy transition, and I thought it would be a good fit for me, and it is. It is so far that I feel like it's been a good transition, and I'm excited to get the year going with them.
For you, you get the chance to now play with Giannis. Obviously, you've played against him, but what is it like now to play with him?
Man, one of the best, most talented guys in the world. It's fun to play with somebody like that. They make my job a lot easier, and he's a winner, so it's gonna be fun.
Eric Woodyard, ESPN.
Bryn, what's up, man? Welcome back to the Midwest, man.
What's up, bro?
You're a Lansing guy, I'm a Flint guy, so I followed you a lot of mistakes. For you as well, coming back to the Midwest, obviously you talked about, playing and coming into this culture that's kind of like, San Antonio's. But what do you think you can bring to the table? And do you feel that urgency of this team, like, we're trying to win a title right now? Did you feel that at all? I know you haven't been around them long, but how has that been for you being around these guys?
Yeah, man. Before I even made the decision to come here, I knew this was like a winning culture. And I knew, once I made that decision, I knew what I was stepping into, and we're trying to win the championship. I felt it from second one. We just had our first meeting, and that was a big emphasis. Not just making it to the playoffs or even Eastern Conference Finals, but trying to win it all. But no, I know what I can bring is shooting, scoring, and toughness. So
good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Steve McGargy, Associated Press. Steve, you're still on mute.
Just thank you for doing this. I was just wondering, what are the similarities you see in how practice is with the Bucks compared to what you went through in San Antonio?
Very similar. Honestly, a lot of the same drills, a lot of the same, concepts. So it hasn't been, it felt like home, really. Yeah, they're actually really similar, more similar than I thought it would be.
Jim Wazarski, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
Bryn, welcome to Milwaukee. You mentioned the meeting there and talking about, the expectation coming from a franchise. I know your rookie year going to a Western Conference Finals, and that was kind of the expectation in San Antonio also. What's the balance for you guys as players with that, knowing that's the end goal, but maybe not pressing all the time to get there? Does that make sense? Where I'm sure you can't, where you can't put that pressure, but yet you kind of want it, if that makes sense.
No doubt. I think everybody wants to be a contender, but I think honestly you gotta take it one game at a time. You can't win it all in the first game. And just every game getting better. I think that should be the main focus, and the end goal will come if we do that.
Kane Pittman.
Hey, Bryn. Nice to meet you, mate. It's going to take all my strength not to ask a Patty Mills question here, but you spoke about some of the similarities with Bud and Pop. But after being there for a few years, I'm just wondering if you could sort of mention some of the characteristics or attributes that are expected or demanded in a Pop system that are probably going to translate over to Milwaukee.
Yeah, Pop was big on professionalism, which I feel like is the same thing here. You know, he wanted good guys and guys that did their jobs. In a winning culture, you know, both San Antonio and the Bucks both have a really winning culture. So, you know, stepping into that, you got to fit into that. You know, and yeah, I think that's mostly it. That's something I realized. You know, it's very professional, very winning culture here, just like San Antonio.
Eric, name?
Bryn, defense is such a big part of what Bud does. How do you feel about how you're picking up defensive concepts and kind of what the Bucks want to do here? I know it's only been really like a day of doing team stuff, but how do you feel like you're picking that up?
I think it's been easy. Like I said, it's very similar to San Antonio's concepts. There's not a huge difference in any of the concepts or the ideas or what they want to do. So honestly, it hasn't been. I don't think it's going to be hard.
Let's go back to Jim Wazarski. Go ahead, Jim.
Sorry. So, Bryn, you mentioned your time off. Bobby talked about that as well. What did you do? How difficult was that to practice by yourself, stay in that shape for this long? And then was it an interesting mix, I guess, with guys who just finished maybe 60 days ago?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, this is the first year we usually will play open gyms and play 5-on-5 for a month leading up to before training camp. And not to have that has given a different feel. You know, I haven't played like 5-on-5 or anything organized in close to half a year, probably, something like that. So yeah, it's a different feel than I've ever had coming into a season. But, you know, we're going to have to pick it up quick and get started because we got our first preseason game in a few days. So, yeah, it's not going to be the easiest, but it's something we have to do.
Time for two more. Let's go to David Aldridge, The Athletic.
Bryn, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Hey, two things with regard, and I apologize, I jumped on a little late if you've answered already. With regard to the pandemic, is there anything in particular that you're most concerned about with regard to, you know, this has to be avoided for spread or contact to take place? And secondly, do you already know of one or two things or one or two places on the road that you just know I'm probably not going to be able to get to those this year?
I mean, I'm not overly worried. You know, I think the NBA has done a great job of, you know, kind of keeping this under control inside our, you know, our league. I think they do a great job testing us every day, and you know, I feel safe coming in here. You know, it's going to be different. A lot of the things we'll have to do, playing with no fans, you know, maybe some other rules are going to be different, but I think everybody wants to be safe, and you know, I think we're all excited to get back started. We don't want any hiccups or anything stopping us from, you know, being able to play for this next few months.
Last one, back to Zora Stevenson.
Bryn, you mentioned that it's been a while since you played like organized 5-on-5. Did you guys get a chance to get up and down today? And if so, like how much and what was that like?
Yeah. I mean, today was the first time I think a lot of guys have played 5-on-5 in a while. So, I mean, it was good. It was refreshing. It had been a long time since, you know, getting to compete like that or getting to compete at all. So I think guys enjoyed it, and I think we're excited to really get started.
All right. Thank you, Bryn. Appreciate the time.